sensor still hasn't recovered?
He has, but the doctor won't let him fly.
Just as much.
How much longer are you gonna make me wait?
Who's the self-important stiff?
Here, and he really is quite important.
We're connected. Ready now, sir.
I'm Brigadier General Howard Clemens. I'm in charge of this operation. Our objective is to capture an advanced submarine in harbor at Artiglio. The port of Artiglio and the surrounding oil facilities were mostly destroyed by another air operation.
Oh, that port. Seems like such a long time ago.
You've been there?
However, Erusian forces repaired the facilities and used them to resupply and maintenance a massive submarine.
Here's a question. How long do you think this submarine is? If you guess 495 meters, you're right. It also has a width of 116 meters, with a submerged displacement of 810,000 tons. It's a supersized nuclear submarine powered by 2 liquid metal-cooled reactors.
I guess it really is huge. So who's the quiz show host?
David North. I'm an OIA analyst from Advanced Weapons Analysis.
Why isn't he here?
Because he doesn't need to be. He can perform his analysis at his home office.
Ha! We've got ourselves an armchair detective.
Continue.
I've come to call this super submarine the Alicorn. The Alicorn is a submarine, and yet it can stage aircraft operations like a carrier. It also boasts some serious firepower with its 2 main railguns. Their range is over 400 kilometers.
A real monster if there ever was one.
The sub's force projection capabilities are equivalent to a carrier strike group. Furthermore, it can approach underwater or use aircraft and railguns to attack outside the enemy's range. It has an unusual history befitting such a ship. It was launched 4 years ago. However, it went MIA on a sea trial after being outfitted. It was later found at the bottom of the ocean by chance, and of the 356 crewmen, 330 were rescued. Here's the question. For how many days was the Alicorn underwater? It was 698 days.
Whoa. They were down there 2 years?
They were on the seafloor at 15 degrees.
So why are they deploying it to the front lines now?
I suspect it has to do with the loss of an arsenal bird in the IRBM cluster.
Huh. Okay, so we just blow up the damn thing?
We capture it. Don't make me repeat myself. We've had reports from local sources that there are weapons of mass destruction aboard the Alicorn.
Source?
If we can secure that evidence, we'll gain advantage in the peace negotiations post-war.
The Ocean Navy has dispatched a fleet, including a landing ship, to capture the Alicorn. Our mission is to secure air superiority and protect this assault and capture task force.
If we take too long, they'll scuttle the sub. The fleet will commence its actions while we seize the skies.
Be risky to bring the fleet in before we secure air superiority?
That is none of your concern.
So basically, you're putting our fleet in danger for political gains.
They should have taught how to address superiors in boot camp.
An EW squadron will be deployed. Their ESM will be a valuable asset. Stay within their range, and you'll have a significant advantage over your enemies. The ETA for the EW aircraft is the same as HL.
Only Strider Squadron will sortie.
Whoa, I have to sit this one out?
Wait, Wiseman, you're not coming?
I'll be assisting the Brigadier General at HQ.
This is by no means a difficult mission. Your squadron commander's absence shouldn't change that.
Fighter Squadron, aircraft prep complete. You're cleared to taxi.
It's a requiem. Set off as soon as we're ready. Here we go. Do it with a bang. Understood. Shit. What's up?
Friendly aircraft and EW aircraft will arrive 5 minutes late.
What? Retreat and wait for backup. Retreat not authorized. Gain air superiority at once.
Trigger, what now? Trigger's already kicked off the game.
We're going in. After Trigger.
All aircraft, engage. Weapons free.
Sir, you didn't tell us there was a change in the HO.
We got a hot shot in the last 5 minutes.
Time to find a real fighter pilot.
Don't slow down. Being late is not an option.
Igniting your rear.
Target acquired.
What's your six? Bandit!
Missile, evading!
I'm hit! Ah! What's my target saying? Locked on.
Missile away.
Enemy has a lock!
Missile hit.
Tear them out! Out of my sight. Being outnumbered is tougher than I thought.
Shut your trap and keep shooting.
Shit! Do it with a bang.
Missile launched.
Where we at? Brzezinski! Look what we got here. Plan on maybe pass that by before they'll push over us. Yeah! Here we go, cowboys. Surround them! Combat's a lot harder without Wiseman.
You sure? Our man Trigger was an absolute monster just now.
Missile is closing. Strider 1, break.
Come on, Sigley. Let's get this around until the friendlies arrive.
I don't need the Wiseman to fly.
Then prove it, Count.
Righto!
It's not every day you're in a battle like this.
Come on, try me. He's got more combat experience than we do.
Strider Squadron. Enemy aircraft have begun their assault on the fleet. Swiftly secure our air superiority.
I know that, but we're outnumbered. Pushing back hard.
You're not dropping us that easy. Fine, we're fine, not mutant. See you later, cowboys. I'll be right.
Strider 1, locked on target. Target is in range of guns.
It takes an ace to down an ace.
Keep course. A few sparks are to be expected.
Down quite a few, but haven't even made a dent.
Shut up. You see Trigger complaining?
Well, he doesn't talk much, but fine. Here I go.
Commander, this is the AO.
Yes, EW aircraft and Drake Squadron are here.
I didn't think you'd get her so quickly.
We're here, team.
The EW aircraft have strong ESM on board. They can improve your dogfighting capabilities by enhancing missile range, homing, and more.
Pretty good. But your plane's not doing you any favors.
I'll still lock on you, Strider 1.
Heavy soldier strikes. I'm on target. I can't stop coming.
Drake Squadron, follow me. I'll show you how the pros do it.
Copy that. Show us what you got.
This one's slippery.
Drake 5 engaging.
Missile launched. Entering ESM range.
Drake 1 engaging. Drake 3 engaging. Enemy on the line.
Enemy detected. Send rescue.
Trigger splashed a hostile. Good. The ESM's improving your aircraft's dogfighting capabilities.
I get targeted the moment I try to close in on their ship. They're only human. They'll tire out soon enough.
Don't let them get to its center.
Help me!
Strider 1, Fox 3.
What's your altitude? The ocean's right below the clouds.
Confirmed destroy.
Can't ask for more at the time is...
We're not fighting UAVs. It's just as hard on them as it is on us.
Enemy's got a lock.
Okay, I quit. Not counting their numbers anymore.
Fox 2, Fox 2.
I've got a lock. Orders up. Behind the enemy. Strider 1, hostile.
EW aircraft was hit. It's being attacked by an F-15E.
This is Sigurd 1. 3 and 4, head to 305. Hostile attack. Sigurd 3, Wilco, 4, 10. I like your room with the plane.
Trigger, I'm seeing advanced stealth fighters.
SG-57s, highly capable planes. Stay on your toes if you engage them.
So, is this the meeting place for pilots replaced by UAVs? This is it. This is the battlefield I've been craving.
Ignore enemy aircraft. Focus on ESM.
Strider 1, Fox 2.
Trigger shot down at SG-57. That was our youngest pilot.
Skills that count, not the plane.
Multiple aircraft approaching this airspace. They're Harriers.
Any moves to attack our fleet must be stopped.
All right.
The party's just getting started. That would have been way too close if it wasn't for Trigger. I don't even have time for a snack on this operation.
Just wait, I'll get you a break in a second.
Thanks.
Locked on hostile.
Strider 1, target acquired.
Cover me.
Launched. Harrier destroyed. Nice work. Those fighters are after the fleet. Take care of the rest.
They got me. Sailing out.
This game's looking difficult out here.
Guys on 3 strikes. You might learn a thing or
Strider
two.
1, command
Roger.
splashed.
Another enemy aircraft approaching our ship.
Returning to base. Don't forget to tell the mechanics who seem to have a problem every time Priest Trick shows up.
Damage control to CIC. The engines are intact. Still good.
Trigger, score to kill. Over there flies pretty well. Didn't think pilots of that caliber were still around.
Control plane, evacuate immediately. Lost the ship. It's the destroyer kite. Shit.
Harrier 2s have all been destroyed.
Good job.
Great work.
Command duty officer. The approaching landing ship is to be considered hostile. Set it as your target.
Roger. Set primary target to hostile landing ship Puffin.
Our target is the captain of the Puffin, Robin Mary.
Captain.
Ah, you don't see it. Gunnery is about killing the people on board.
Detecting hostile barrage jamming. They brought EW aircraft. I'm displaying the jammed area on your radars.
They're after our EW aircraft.
Missile's not homing in properly.
When in range of enemy jammers, missile lock-on and homing capabilities are reduced.
This is gonna be trouble. You see the size of that stuff? Why the hell is it not next all this time?
Enemy EW aircraft is down.
Great. Their jamming zone's shrinking.
You want a piece of me? You got it.
Everyone get behind me. Incoming. Get in the cloud. Past the 3rd checkpoint. We're halfway there. From Puffin to all ships. Change formation.
Full speed ahead. Move in front of the landing ship Puffin. We're going to be their shield. Yes! This is the air combat I've been waiting for. Don't really care about the stuff and just want a good fight, huh?
All aircraft be advised. Enemy strike fighters are on the approach. They're fullbacks, definitely faster than the ones before.
Pose a serious threat. Take them down.
Righto. Trigger, let's get this done quick.
All enemy EW aircraft confirmed destroyed.
That's good news.
Fly out. We only want 3 strikes.
Shit, that's bad news. You know, lost EW aircraft? We're Ground 3 strikes is with us. I'll show you WPP can copy.
Be advised, enemy aircraft nearing the landing ship.
We can't afford to lose our EW aircraft.
Ready? Fire!
That's it. Trigger splashed a fighter.
Sequence failed. Incoming. The landing ship is under attack. Keep the enemy away from our ships.
Hard port! We can't block the fleet path! All personnel, abandon ship!
Look, another destroyer's been sunk.
Got a visual on the target submarine. Here.
Target eliminated. Go to work.
Looks like we'll have that beast captured in no time.
They'll be happy to see us. Spent 2 years at the bottom of the ocean. They wouldn't want to go back to that.
I see 3 strikes.
I'll kill you.
All aircraft be advised. 2 bogies on the approach. Aircraft type, Su-47. Burkitts. Arusha doesn't have many of those. Where'd they come from?
In range? Can I kill him now? I've waited long enough.
Use the confusion to kill this 6.
Like a true villain, huh? I like the way you think.
Proceed on my tail. Taking fire!
Woo!
Idiots, ignore their illusions.
Don't call me an idiot. I'd kill you if you weren't my brother.
The bogie shot down an Arushan bird.
What do you mean?
There are no more reinforcements. They must be hostile. You are clear to engage. Don't hesitate.
Who are these guys?
They're neither Russian nor Russian. They're just filthy bats.
All aircraft, if you want to make it, take advantage of Enchanter's support.
Continuing attack. Missile inbound. Evade!
Hostile confirmed destroyed.
Get him.
I'm gonna screw you up so bad.
Missile launched.
On my target's back. Time to punch through.
Damn, I missed.
Fox 2. Fox 2.
Receiving support from ESM.
All right, Scream. Keep them hanging. Engage in dogfight.
He hit me, dude! The bastard hit me!
Shit. Scream. Pulling out.
God damn it! Sergeant, I will have you! You will die!
What? Hey, what are you doing? I hear things.
No, I hear it too. That's so fast. You never have time for conservatives.
Hey, those filthy bats are on the run. Let them go.
That bitch was using OCS radio frequency. That's an encrypted military channel.
That's nothing to worry about now. Focus on the mission at hand.
Target is down. In your dead, Trigger.
Fire aircraft approaching the submarine. He's a rest to our boys in the air.
Entering ESM range.
Drake 6, Fox 2.
Additional hostiles confirmed. We're detecting surface-to-ship weapons teams around the sub. Eliminate them.
We got this. Three strikes in the squadron are with us.
Locked on!
Receiving support from ESM. Target eliminated.
Fire all guns when kids are ready. Ready right now.
Strider 1, missile away. Their rings are thinning. At last, the light at the end of the tunnel. Continue with your mission.
They're not retreating. The submarine must be in the world to them.
Strider 1, target destroyed. All ground targets destroyed.
This takes away the enemy surface-to-ship capabilities. Fine work, Trigger.
3 minutes remaining.
Why haven't they gone down yet?
Missile launched.
We can destroy the landing ship. We can sink their planes along with it.
Nice kill!
Anti-air station. Target enemy aircraft.
Watch out. This gonna be raised eventually.
Missile launched. Target is down.
No bother reporting minor damages. If the landing ship makes it, we win. A friendly shot down the F-2 approaching the fleet. We owe you one.
are about to be snuffed out in senseless cruelty. How many must we sacrifice to put them to rest?
Captain, it's three strikes to the crew. Strike down the enemy bird. Our men just might make it through.
Great.
Target in sight. Main gun, man and ready.
I hear that submarine was huge.
Miss, target's still active. Target in gun range.
Nice kill. Take them all. He evaded.
Shut down!
You're not getting away from me.
So many of us fighters!
Spot 2. Break that lock, quick!
Target acquired. Missile away.
Stay in formation.
Machine gun ammo's almost gone. You're low on missiles. 1 minute remaining. Receiving support from ESM. Missile launched.
Let the LRSSC take care of the enemy aircraft.
Alicorn, do you copy? We cannot stop the approaching enemy landing ship. Scuttle the sub immediately. Belongs to the Erusian military. What do you say? Don't you see?
Puffin, this is Lancaster. Enemy's resistance is dwindling and we've almost secured air superiority.
Puffin copies. Commencing capture operation.
The rest is all yours, Captain. Now I can finally have my sausage rolls.
That's the kind of food you eat up there?
Of course, anything other than finger food would get in the way of my duties.
That's what you meant.
Took longer than I expected. I'll be leaving now. You take command from here on.
Well done, pilot. Then slow ahead both engines.
Are you sure? Landing ship Puffin to all active units. Enemy submarine has started moving.
Commence firing. Main guns commence fire.
Bearing 180, cruising at 5 knots. Movement on the deck. It's their aircraft.
Alicorn fired on her with the railguns. The landing ship's on fire. It's gonna sink.
Confirming launch of submarine-based aircraft. 4 bird. It appears one of them is carrying a cruise missile.
What?
What happened? Listen up. You need to take that bird down. Hurry!
Ashmore, do you hear me? David North here. There's a possibility the cruise missile is a WMD.
Shit! Hey, what about the submarine?
We gotta help our ship first.
Don't lose them. Shoot them down.
Shit!
Open vents. Fill all ballast tanks. Full speed ahead once we're underway.
Bandit down.
They're not invading us.
They're shooting shields. Crazy. Trigger's caught up to them.
Scrap them, Trigger.
Enemy submarine is going under.
Shit.
That monster will roam the oceans.
Yes.
Salvation!
Target's destruction confirmed.
The damn bastard ruined it. Captain, don't you see? He walked all over it with his dirty boots, over the crisp white sheets of my bed that I had just made. Let's have him assist in the next plan. It'll make a fine sideshow for our scheme to kill 1 million people. Or was it the plan to save 10 million lives, Command Duty Officer?
Here we go.
Do it.
The operation has been completed. Stand by for further orders.
Hold on. We still don't know who those bats were. Why were they after Trigger? They were using Osia's radio frequency. You mean they're on our side?
Impossible. They didn't respond to our IFF. Or maybe they were there to settle a personal score. There's nothing unusual about being shot in the back by an ally.
Guess it might have been that way where we came from, but you know what I'm saying, Trigger?
Everyone, here's a question.
That's enough. Remove him from the call.
Wait, don't hang up on me yet. How did they know that we had intelligence on their weapons of mass destruction? They never would have taken such actions if they didn't know.
They have a spy.
Better to be suspicious than not, I suppose.
At the very least, we'll have to assume from here on out that they know everything that we do.
Another question, Alex. Captain Mateus Torres, the captain of the Alicorn. What is his goal?
As far as the chaos we find ourselves in these days, it's difficult to say which side pulled the trigger first. Erusia deployed an automatic intercept system with drones. Osia implemented long-range attacks to bypass them. So Erusia decided to sabotage Osia's communications and navigation technology. Erusia couldn't launch a satellite themselves, but they were still able to hack the software of the Osian transmission and navigation systems. Before Osia even noticed, half of their satellites were hijacked. That's when things got ugly. In an attempt to knock out each other's capabilities, both forces launched fighters loaded with anti-satellite missiles at the same time. Only military satellites were targeted. However, their destruction created a debris field in orbit, which wiped out scores of other satellites, both private and government-owned. What kept the world relatively sane up to that point had been free-flowing data and information. But now, those were gone. All that remained was chaos and confusion. Government and civilian broadcasts and transmissions were cut off. The flow of information had ceased. Forces on both sides of the conflict now found themselves unable to communicate with their superiors. Many of the smaller countries annexed by Erusia and yearning for their independence seized the opportunity and started their own uprisings. As for why some of Osia's military decided to break off from the main force and continue on their own, I have no idea. Perhaps there was some sort of dispute over the chain of command. The continent that had once seen wars that were only fought between Osia and Erusia was now full of numerous conflicts between rival leaders vying for power. Insurgencies were everywhere. I even heard a rumor that a group of Osian convicts had rebelled. Rumors. It never ceased to amaze me that even at a crazy time like this, something as trivial as a rumor could find its way here. Communications from corporate were cut off. Apparently, the entire computer network was down. It was a wise decision to make our drones autonomous with AI instead of being radio-controlled. Wise and forward-thinking. Even with their GPS offline, they can still use their sensors to navigate as long as they're working properly. I'm sure the drones are still working perfectly, following their mission orders to the letter. I wish I could upload Mihai's new data to them. But without a connection, I can't upload the software to the active drones. The new ones we're making, though, there should still be enough time to upgrade those before they're activated. I'll be taking the data I've acquired away from the front lines now. Oh, and I'll be taking the girls, too. I told my assistant Masa it was time to get Mihai's granddaughters ready to leave here. She's not much older than the girls, but she has a way about her, and I'm sure she won't have any trouble with them. I saw a plane flying off in the distance. I imagine it was looking for a safer place. The plane had a rose emblem on it.
Erusia's communication networks have been down since their satellites were destroyed. Unfortunately, we are experiencing trouble too. All of Erusia has been affected, and we don't know when things will be back up and running. We're not even sure if this is Erusia's doing. Still, we will follow the strategy that was originally planned, and move on to the next operation after liberating Farbanti. Let's get to it. Since the war began, we've been receiving communications in secret from an officer in the Erusian army.
With the capital under our control, Erusia's radical element is losing support quickly, affecting the balance of power.
HQ is thinking of using the military officer as a way to gain leverage to settle peace negotiations. The officer is currently hiding in the outskirts of Anchorhead Bay, having joined up with support dispatched from the Osean army. The plan is that they'll take a standard vehicle to a rendezvous point at a harbor in the east part of the city, where a helicopter will be waiting.
I would like the new Strider Squadron to provide escort for the officer. Cyclops will remain at the base on standby to serve as defense.
With the communication network currently down in the capital, I very much doubt Erusia will be able to mount a regimented counterattack. However, it is likely that Erusia's intelligence department and the remaining forces who are aware of the officer's movements will interfere. Keep a close eye on the officer and make sure he stays safe. Our victory in Farbanti has given us a golden opportunity to finally end this war. Be safe out there.
Take note that our satellite-based IFF has become unreliable following the recent communications failure. As such, target ID will be done by processing the images from the infrared cameras on your aircraft. Objects will initially appear as unknown on your HUDs, but will be ID'd once you close in on them for a set period of time.
Strider Squadron, you're cleared to taxi.
To the unidentified Osean craft, this is Captain Carl of the Osean Army. Are you here for the escort? You're not the squadron I was expecting. Are you really friendlies? Over.
This is Longcaster. Airborne warning and control system for the Osean Long-Range Strategic Strike Group. Captain Carl, they're on our side.
And those two pilots we've heard about must be here too.
Okay, I hope you're right. Lancaster, are all of these really unknowns?
It's a state of civil war. The Erusian army is fighting itself. There's no guarantee the Oseans won't shoot us in this confusion.
Will image process the unknowns caught in your cams to identify friend or foe? The process will be faster if you get a close-up, well-centered image.
Meanwhile, we just run if they shoot us, right?
Affirmative. Always identify your target before you fire. ID'd as Osean forces. This is AWACS from the LRSSG.
Our info has been updated.
War is something I'll never get used to, but tonight has been a total shock. The city under martial law. Gunfire and the roar of jets echoing through the streets. Give me Strider Squadron's IDs. Oh, and hand me that sandwich. Strider 1, AA gun destroyed. Strider 1, target destroyed. Entering the Anchorhead Bay area. Buildings will block your line of sight. Make sure to keep track of your objective.
How this war ends depends on this mission. I'm counting on you.
Understood. Strider 1, Fox 2. AA gun confirmed destroyed. Strider Squadron, identify the unknowns along the route. It's Erusian.
They aren't responding aggressively.
General, if they're conservatives, they'll listen to us. The negotiations were a success, Lancaster. They've opened up a path for us.
The more the merrier.
You were the ones on the radio. We don't know our location. Give us orders.
We have no orders, but we do have ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
Roger that. We'll look for our way home.
We made it through the Anchorhead Bay area. We're heading along Highway 208 under the bridge. We're taking the coastal highway at the next ramp.
All right.
The use of drones makes war more palatable. Why don't people realize this?
There's a strict curfew. People gather at bars and other places to learn what's going on. It's Erusian military.
Target obliterated. Wait. General managed to convince them.
Listen, those that protect General Labarge are the real patriots. Onward!
Strider 1, missile away. Anti-air gun eliminated.
There's a vehicle up ahead. Think it's gonna ask us to pay a toll? Get closer and find out if it's an enemy vehicle.
We'll go. Let's go. We archived all the footage that we've shot when the communication networks come back online.
There's a vehicle blocking the road. No response to hails. Radicals.
Everyone, there's no such thing as
Signs of the clean warfare at the beginning of this war are now gone.
Why didn't that hit?
Nice work. That takes care of that one. We're heading for the highway. Thanks to you. We got out of paying that toll.
I'll wait for firing. Bail out now. Here's one. Doc, check your IFS. It's a friendly. I know what I'm doing. Fox 2.
Want us to wait to see if they're friendly?
We're almost at landfill number 7. If we can make it through, we'll be in arm's reach of the rendezvous at Grunder Park. Captain Carl, do you have the means to record this conversation? I wish to explain to you the situation inside Erusia. I'm sure the boys listening upstairs will record it. The open declaration of war, expanding the front lines, was all the work of some young Erusian officers. They were referred to as the Radicals, but there was an unseen force guiding them. It was technology they borrowed from the Belgians. When they actually went to war, the performance of the attack drones exceeded their wildest dreams. And they were incredibly clean, which got public opinion and the opportunists within the military on their side. They even manipulated the princess. The Belkin technology advanced UAV research within the Erosion Flight Test Center by at least 10 years. They used the flight data from a former ace pilot to create drone AI. To us, it's no different than magic or alchemy. Airplanes are meant to be flown by human beings. For those of you listening in, am I wrong? We're heading towards Grunder Park. Rendezvous point is the helipad on this man-made island. We'll ditch the car and take the helicopter from there.
The plane is icing up.
Fire! Fire! We're on your side, you idiot!
Members of a military group calling itself the Free Erosions. An unknown is blocking our scheduled route.
No response. Got a bad feeling. Thanks. We would have been toast.
Target eliminated.
3 strikes. I heard scratches on the tail mean that it's part of the penal unit. All rebels must be taken down.
Fire smokes. 3 strikes will find you.
Captain Carl, we have a new rendezvous point. New coordinates are as follows. 263 Tango 4, 199er Delta Lima. Rescue team says hostiles are making the area too dangerous.
Well, yeah, until they don't know where we're safe. It is not machines that make the decisions in war. It's people. Understand that.
Our capital's fall has led to another power struggle within the Erosion military.
It's all gone to hell. Even radio chatters about the Civil War. Radio? You have one in your cockpit? Yeah, ever since my previous squadron.
We're about to cross Anchor Bridge. There'll be nowhere to hide.
That was something.
The bridge is being blocked off by a tank. This isn't good.
Ocean forces at landfill number 7. This is AWACS Longcaster.
An armored vehicle's behind us. It's a vehicle used by the Erosion forces. Take it out!
Trigger, our VIP is in trouble. Clear the way for us.
The drones aren't receiving my orders. Can we switch the UAVs to slave mode?
We've almost reached the container area. Watch out for enemy ambushes.
Understood. System failures caused friendly fire incidents among Ocean forces. Hostile tanks are keeping the armored formation at Anchor Bay from protecting the VIP. Can you clear them out for us?
No problem.
Warning, missile! Missile in the air!
Anti-air gun eliminated. Fox 2.
Drone is acting suspiciously. Shoot it down.
The General's vehicle is under attack. Our VIP is taking fire.
Okay, get this guy off my back! We made it somehow. Try to get off your ass a little faster next time. We're coming up on a tunnel. We'll need to split up until we reach the exit. There's more to Belkin technology than just UAVs. IFF designations for one was an astonishing feat. They used it to make drones that resembled Ocean fighters. And then to assassinate Harley, put the blame on enemy fighters. But in the end, Belkin technology really brought chaos to the world.
I can't believe Lucy is responsible for Harley's assassination.
You talking politics? That's new.
Can't ignore a story like that, right, Trigger?
Bad news. Hostile armored forces outside of the tunnel. I'm thinking they'll say hi before they ruin the General's day.
Unidentified aircraft to the drones.
It's Erosion military.
The General's a real celebrity. Seems everyone wants to meet him.
time. Nice. Glad to see the Oceans attacking the radicals. They're autonomous. We've reached the industrial zone. This should be the new rendezvous point. The coordinates are up ahead. Take out any enemies in the surrounding area.
Officers from countries annexed by Erusia have taken multiple groups and declared independence.
We have no choice! Fire!
Roger. We'll cease fire for the next half hour. Then we'll take back the city from the scoundrels who call us rebels.
How'd you last long, Caster? We've been briefed and we're here to help. Glad we waited. Don't worry, we won't let anyone kill us.
Almost at the rendezvous, with the rear to the others. Understood.
The radicals truly believe those productions will make up for our losses. They should be taking responsibility for the capital's fall, but instead they're prolonging the war. That is why proper conservatives like myself are moving to regain control. If all goes well, we should be able to sign a truce with Osea quickly. We've reached the rendezvous point. There's the chopper, too.
Who will we turn to in this darkest hour? We need a beacon of light to show us the way. This is the Erusia News Network.
Okay, let's go. We're getting out of here. I've had just about enough of this place. I'd like to offer my thanks to the LRSSG. They should finally bring about a true end to the war.
Understood. Good luck. Multiple unidentified aircraft approaching.
This plane is carrying civilians. We have escort fighters, but we do not intend to engage in combat. Please stand down.
What's going on?
Try to get a little closer. Weapon use is prohibited.
What's going on? Dr. Schroeder!
Whoa. There's a girl on board? He's not lying about carrying civilians.
No, unless she's a soldier.
Weapon use is prohibited. We've checked footage. It does seem to be a transport with escorts.
I repeat, this craft is carrying civilians. We are not here to fight.
Dr. Schroeder, tell me what's happening.
I'm sure I don't need to remind you, but do not attack the civilian liaison.
That's the craft of a girl that told me about. The scratches.
There it is. The EASA liaison plane. They engage in witchcraft with Belkin technology. They're responsible for leading the military down the wrong path.
Wait, unknown's attacking the girl's plane.
Hold on tight.
Longcaster, permission to engage.
Negative.
What?
They could be Ocean fighters. ID them ASAP.
Shit.
ID complete. They're Erusian fighters. What the hell is going on?
Stay sharp.
Uh-huh.
Right, I'm shooting him down. Any complaints?
Granted.
Wilco.
Wilco.
Yeah, good work. Strider 1 has killed a bandit.
Those guys are good. Just to get those awesome big shots too big, I managed to catch a glimpse of the three strikes.
Don't miss.
Aim carefully.
Locked on landed. Mine. No good. Shit. Bandit destroyed. Well done.
They're in my way.
Strider 3 launching missile.
I'm on my target's tail.
They took a bite out of me. Break it.
Nice kill.
Good work. All hostile aircraft eliminated. The liaison is safe. Wait.
The escort fighter Torres. The drive. They're missing the drive.
What the hell? You gotta be kidding me. Liaison escort has a radar lock. They're targeting you guys.
What the hell? We were just helping them.
Erusian aircraft, this is AWACS Longcaster. Do not engage the liaison. Break off now.
Can you hear me on this channel, Ocean craft? Those escort aircraft are drones. They are currently being operated autonomously. They are not being controlled by anyone. They are flying on their own volition.
What?
In that case, we have no choice but to shoot the aircraft down.
Unfortunately, yes.
We did what we could. Weapons free. You are cleared to attack the escort.
Welcome. Understood.
Missile. Missile.
Can't afford the MQ-99 launch. Our commands are overridden.
Fox 2.
They must be accessing it remotely. Which unit is behind this?
Hey, it's not our fault they're all listening to reason. Why build something like that? Whoever did is the king of all dumbasses.
Missile.
Additional hostiles inbound. Great timing.
Son of a bitch.
Watch it. Enemy has a block on you.
This way. No. The escort must have used its remote activation rights to gain more allies. Clever.
Target was not struck. Strata 1, target acquired.
Missile. Missile.
Enemy on your back.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Target locked.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Chaffin threat launched. 5 bandits remaining.
Missile.
Damn it. How are you going to have the drive they need?
Autonomous move is fully functional. You're incredible.
4 bandits left.
It's not enough to be fully functional.
3 bandits to go.
There has to be a time when it should not function.
Missile. Missile.
They're after the data, aren't they?
Behind the
2
enemy.
bandits left. Show them what you got. 1 bandit to go.
Strider 1, that's what I like to see. Another story to tell my boy.
Understood. All hostiles have been eliminated. Nice. General's helicopter is flying safely outside Anchorhead Bay. All aircraft, RTB, mission complete.
All hostiles, huh?
General, the Ocean aircraft is here to pick us up. The approaching Ocean aircraft.
Ocean's army? Elaborate. They stole our sealed orders. It should be a piece of cake.
Are you sent by the General's staff? No, we must listen. I can't!
There are 3 scratches.
What does that mean?
The tail of that plane.
Longcaster, are all of these really unknowns?
It's a state of civil war. The Erusian army is fighting itself. There's no guarantee the Oceans won't shoot us in this confusion.
We'll image process the unknown's concrete cams to
order to respond to the attack on the base, Cyclops has scrambled after being on standby. We'll head up too, once our planes are ready. Oh, and Labarth is dead.
What did you say?
Apparently, he was shot down by another Ocean aircraft after he left the area of operations. I mean, I know it was chaos, but still. At any rate, the sealed order operation has come to a close. We have no idea about a plan for going forward.
All we can do for now is watch our own backs.
What's up with the commander?
He's staying in his room. He's still alive, since we can hear him crying.
The island we went to was supposed to have been secured by the ground forces. They hadn't gotten a handle on things by the time we got there, so now we were stuck in the middle of a half-assed campaign. My job was to get the planes ready for combat, making repairs and handing them over to our troop of cons. Thing is, the enemy still had the hangars. The comms were still down, so none of us knew what the hell was going on. The last transmission I heard before everything went to shit was that some prisoners from an Ocean military penal unit rioted and managed to escape. They stole some jets and now they were flying around, taking out their former allies left and right. I wonder if any units like ours were out here, creeping around. Hearing the Ocean jets firing at each other overhead chipped away at morale. Since the radio was out, it was quiet. I liked it better that way. All I heard was the gunfire. Here we were, walking around carrying rifles. We were pilots, damn it. Friendly fire will probably kill us. You know things are desperate when the guards that used to lock us into solitary are now telling us it's better we all stick together. I guess they think our odds of surviving this war are better that way. After walking for miles across the battlefield, we came across the wreckage of a plane. Passenger, not military. I knew that rose. It was an Erusian liaison plane. The guards' dogs smelled something and took off. They led us to a cliff. And the bodies.
Today, I lost everything. When Osea attacked our capital, my father, a man who was never really suited to being the king, was killed. I was to be flown out of the war zone to safety, but the plane was shot down by rebels. The entire crew was killed in the crash. Soldiers appeared and one shot at me, My dog went after him and shot him to pieces. He was my best friend. After all those speeches I gave about working together for peace, I thought everyone felt the same as I did. I'm sure the soldier who shot at me knew I was the Princess of Erusia. He was Erusian too. More soldiers have come. Now, there's no one left to protect me. I am so numb, I cannot move. I watch as one of their dogs approaches. It sniffs mournfully at my dead friend. I wonder if it grieves for him as much as I do. I can barely think. I feel weaker by the minute. I don't know who these soldiers are with, but I managed to take a sip of the water they gave me.
How long have you been here?
Somehow, I muster the courage to answer the woman's question. I tell her I've been there 3 days. They gather around me with grim looks on their faces. What would they do if they knew I was the Erusian princess? After searching the cockpit of the plane, the woman who spoke to me before came back to me.
This is an air-to-ground tactical radio. It still works!
I noticed she walked with a limp. She knelt down next to me and asked her companions to give me some food. And then, very softly, she said,
You see, I used to listen to your broadcasts, Your Royal Highness.
Just what did you see here?
Okay, enough talk. Your opinions have all been taken into consideration. Beyond the seizure of Forbanti, which is important, and supporting the Erusian officer. At this point, I just don't know what our strategy is, or what our mission will be. Radio communication is still patchy for both the military and civilians, so we're getting zip from Mission Command about our orders. Still, with countless Erusian forces in the area, it's too dangerous for us to stay around here waiting for a miracle. Now, regarding Count's suggestion to think about self-defense, I think we should make a break for Tyler Island. It was a large Osean base before the start of the war. Count says his previous squadron took part in an operation to seize control of the island. It has the only base that will get us to the space elevator without refueling. It's also a transport facility for supply ships that provide drones and ammo for arsenal birds. For the Osean forces that are looking to reclaim the space elevator, those are two great reasons in its favor. If everything went according to plan, the base may already be in Allied hands when we get there. Though based on what Count told me about the island operation, it won't be easy to seize control.
If the ground troops have managed to open the bridgehead, the transport route to Osea for supply ships should be available.
With so much at stake, I can't imagine Erusia just giving it up without a fight. Things could really have gone bad.
Even if there are enemies left, they should be pretty easy to suppress.
I just want to go home, man.
Me too.
With that look on your face, Trigger, I know exactly what you want to do.
If Trigger's ready to kick ass, then so am I.
Damn straight. We're with you, Trigger.
It's decided then. Let's get all the aircraft and haul ass to Tyler Island. Although we can avoid the Arsenal Bird's anti-air network, there's still remnants from the Erusian forces. I want to get to the island without getting into any unnecessary combat. Pick a fast craft and fix it how you want. Pack for a long trip, but remember, if you drag your ass, you'll get left behind.
Strider Squadron, sortie ASAP.
This is Tango 2-3, pursued by multiple tanks and APCs. They'll all go down if we don't pull back the landing craft. And what? Abandoned Tango 2-3?
Something's not right.
Tango 2-3, we don't have the firepower to assist you. You're on your own. Please, we need help.
Wagtail is on the Ocean landing ship. What's going on? What did you say?
Multiple bogies inbound. Damn it. Prepare for anti-air combat.
This is the AWACS Longcaster. The aircrafts in your area belong to the LRSSG.
Allied aircraft. A retreating vehicle is taking fire. Requesting assistance.
Roger.
Got a positive ID.
Update us on Tyler Island.
Could be worse. Our forces are scattered and on the run.
They're on the run?
We were waiting for retreating units here to carry them out to safety. Thank God. Friendly birds. Do me a favor, Longcaster. Many of our allies are cut off. We need support and an escape route.
Understood. We'll do what we can. Let's help retreating Ocean forces. Take out any hostiles in their area. Don't engage till targets are ID'd.
The boots on the ground don't need more people shooting at them.
Thanks. It's absolute chaos out there. Just even starting to fight amongst themselves.
Well, now we know what's going on, but shit.
Rolling friendly birds! Take out the hostiles in our area! Get us out of this hellhole! We need help while we're still up and running! See 3 strikes, count to 3, and the enemy's gone.
Our last vehicle, destroyed. Let's get out of here.
Let's get moving! Hit the gas and don't let up until we reach the extraction point! I don't want to see anyone, hostile or friendly! There's more over here. The bodies of dead civilians. I don't think they were part of the fight. Stats are all lined up. No, they're not combatant. Some of them aren't even wearing shoes. I can guess what happened here. I really don't want to think about it. Damn the Russian bastard. He's a blatant war crime. Take photos for evidence.
They're Erusian. Jesus, they're firing at each other. Is this the norm around here? It's all crazy people.
I just got the photograph. We'll head back to HQ soon. Just give us another 30 minutes. The men say they want to at least make the children come out with territory.
We are in the middle of a mission to take back the base. Supply ship at the munitions depot. It's highly combustible. Taking fire. Don't pursue too deep. We just need to buy some time. Hold them at bay until operation feeding time. Stay them away from the mass driver.
Our guys even got the enemy air support. What do we do now? Get in the tank!
Allied retreat looks good.
I count 12 dead bodies here. They seem to be upper middle class. The spaceport's nearby, so they could be researchers and their families. Most likely, they were involved with Belka. We can't afford to take any more damage. Get out there and do something!
Shit, it's 3 strikes. We're sitting ducks out here.
Get in the landing craft! Many thanks, Longcaster. We didn't have to leave our boys to die.
Understood.
You're with us. Can you see the enemy APC from there?
It's a battle for us. End up knocking each other out.
Strider 1,
Our only allies are the Russian government forces. Don't mistake them for rebels.
Ambush, they did it! We're moving out! Leave the dead behind! We'll come back to this island one day and send them off properly.
An explosion! It's time! Continue the countdown. The enemy's not stupid. supply ship. Do the countdown! There's still one arsenal bird left. We can fill it full of bombs, then Arusio will have a fighting chance. Use cameras to track the supply ship.
Don't fight with your backs to the supply ship. It's hit, we're done for.
This independent special security squad is demanding to be let into the base. Shit, those guys do some real dirty work.
Attack missed. Strider 1, bandit splashed.
Before we make it in time.
The landing ship is waiting for you.
Right, we leave the wounded. This will guarantee us a one-way ticket to hell. Pretty sure we're there already.
It's the Ocean military.
Don't they know they're on the same side?
We're firing at each other. This is AWACS Longcaster. We're uploading the latest ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
Hold your fire! Confirmed. The info is from Allied AWACS. Hold your fire! Roger. But where are we supposed to believe? Who should we follow?
You guys got out alive. You have time to figure it out.
We only need to know our tops. We have the advantage to put the enemy down.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you. Wait. Multiple bogeys from the east.
Their timing tells me they're not here to bring good news.
We need to ID the bogeys. Take them down if they're hostile.
Understood.
Strider 1, target acquired.
Bogies inbound. Escort fighters, we're counting on you. Should we fire? Even if we're not fired upon? Of course. Chase out the bogies! There's no way there are! Almost there! Commence operation, no return! These are unguided. Stay on course.
Strider Squadron, you're near an armada of bogeys. Identify them.
Look, our air support has taken out most of the Erusian forces.
Identification complete. It's Erusian bombers and their escorts.
Count's prophecy has come true. Take out all bombers. They'll flatten our allies.
Plenty of civilian casualties as well. Precision bombing is impossible in these conditions. Maybe they know they can't. We're gonna drop them all.
Grenade behind my target.
Strider 2, check your 6. I've been spiked.
Launch control, this is flight leader. All systems ready. We are ready for launch. This is launch control. The enemy is closing. Confirm launch readiness. Affirmative. This is our last chance for Operation Feeding Time. Launch control, roger that.
The bombers are nearing the island. We're running out of time.
They're starting to fire blindly out. They're getting desperate.
Beam on you.
Enemy on your back.
I've got a sitting duck here.
Only half the bombers remain. We can't let even one get away.
If that had been our fight, we might have made it.
More bombers approaching. Intercept them now.
Hey you, dumbass with the scratches on his tail. You hear me? I need you to help some people. There's a group of refugees surrounded by Erusian tanks right here. Needless to say, their future's not looking too bright.
This is a secure military line. Who is this?
Me? You can call me the Scrap Queen.
Lancaster, she's an ally. Trigger and I'd know that voice anywhere.
That voice. Don't breathe anger, Count.
Here, let me have a word. Hey, it's been a while. I had a feeling the two of you were still alive. Remember, stick with Trigger and you'll make it.
I have a bit of intel for you. We'll share it if you can help those refugees.
Count me in.
That's right.
All enemy bombers have been destroyed.
We did it.
Okay, Scrap Queen. Send us the target coordinates.
I was thinking about how I'd do that.
Don't you have a laser target indicator?
Why would she?
Use the smoke canister. It's taking us to the enemy's doorstep. Not me. Wait, you moron! Wait! What are you doing, dumbass? Here! It's us right here!
Lancaster, we've confirmed the location of the flare.
That's them. All aircraft, we just updated your threat matrix via data link. Take out those targets.
Don't miss. We don't want to hit the pretty ladies down there.
Missile.
Hurry!
Missile. Missile.
Target acquired.
Missile.
Target destroyed.
Nice job! The enemy tanks are total. I don't think I could even do anything with that scrap.
Missile. Missile.
That takes care of them. No civilian casualties? Nice going. Do you hear the singing?
Beginning terminal countdown. Pressure stable, cooling system is on.
Lancaster, a promise is a promise. Here's the intel. I heard it's an Erusian soldier that defected. The supply ships will be launched soon.
Yeah, that is valuable information.
That doesn't sound good.
But can it be trusted?
Not sure. Heard it from a man who said he wanted to atone for his sins. Up to you to trust him or not.
Understood. Good luck.
Releasing safety. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Launch. 1, 2, 3. The mass driver is accelerating.
The supply ships have been launched from the mass driver. If the supply ships make it to the Arsenal bird, they'll be able to resupply it. They may be loaded with new weaponry that we don't even know about. We have no choice but to take down the supply ships before they can get within the Arsenal bird's air defense network. You've got to hurry or you're not going to make it. 3 minutes to the enemy's air defense network.
I'm usually pretty good at playing tag, but these guys have a head start.
Missile.
All aircraft, remain on high alert. We got bandits incoming on radar. You're gonna have to forget about them for now. Focus on destroying that supply ship first.
We're sitting ducks like this.
If we let the supply ship get too far away, we'll never be able to catch it.
I was expecting this to be easy if all they could do was fly fast.
Victory is ours as long as the supply ship gets away.
Target's using cloud cover to hide itself. We already know where it's heading.
You think the mother hen really wants him? Trust the plan from before the loss of communication.
"90 seconds to the enemy's air defense network.
Don't lose them! They're faster than I expected.
Missile. Missile.
Your plane will ice up if you stay in there too long.
Missile.
60 seconds remain.
Missile.
They're forced to turn their backs to us. Now on rocky foot.
Missile. Missile.
Knocked on.
Missile. Missile.
If we're too close, we'll get caught up in the explosion. 30 seconds remain. Don't give up.
My bird can't take much more of this!
Strutter 1, missile launched.
that's one of them down.
Remember, there are 2 supply ships out there. Hurry up and shoot the other one down.
Which one first?
Supply ship has reached the Arsenal Birds air defense network. All right, Arusia can still win this fight.
The supply ships have been launched from the mass driver. If the supply ships make it to the Arsenal Bird, they'll be able to resupply it. They may be loaded with new weaponry that we don't even know about. We have no choice but to take down the supply ships before they can get within the Arsenal Bird's air defense network. You've got to hurry or you're not going to make it. 3 minutes to the enemy's air defense network.
You think the Motherhead really wants us? Trust the plan, but before the loss of communication.
All aircraft, remain on high alert. We got bandits incoming on radar. You're gonna have to forget about them for now. Focus on destroying that supply ship first.
We're sitting ducks like this.
Let the supply ship get too far away, we'll never be able to catch it.
All we need to do is slow them down.
One first.
Don't try to follow after the supply ships. Stick close to Trigger.
Trigger, you're gonna lose it. Fly at full speed.
I was expecting this to be easy if all they could do is fly fast.
90 seconds to the enemy's air defense network.
Don't lose them!
All right, let's move in behind them and take them down.
60 seconds remain.
These guys have a head start. Did you see that explosion? Looks like that's one of them down.
Remember, there are 2 supply ships out there. Hurry up and shoot the other one down. The supply ships are too far away. We'll never catch them at this rate.
I've got you. So they're trying to beat that giant monster of a bird. We can't let them complete their mission.
Careful, it's hard to maintain a lock in the clouds. Hope you're all enjoying the pretty fireworks. If this thing had any windows, we could have seen it for ourselves. Nice work, team.
We're gonna find ourselves a boat and leave this island. We'll be taking the refugees, along with any deserters from the Russian military.
Who's the girl that ran into tanks with a smoke canister? A few more crazies like her and left down there, they would have tad bit easier.
What do you think would have happened to those refugees if you hadn't intervened? The princess saw what happened. They were little kids.
That's why I like the sky. You don't have to see those types of things.
Does this mean we're that much closer to ending the war?
No, we just basically prevented it from going on forever.
Count's right. We have no choice but to return to our original base. Our base that is nearly out of food and fuel. We need to do something.
Good. Take a seat. Everyone's here. All right. Good work in sinking the supply ships. Not to mention saving the refugees. However, we're in no position to start celebrating. Even the commander here is starting to fray from the stress.
Can't say I blame him.
Now, Tyler Island is in a state of complete anarchy. This base isn't safe either. The faces you see around you are the only friends we've got. Take a good look.